And welcome back.
Welcome back to Cookies and Milk.
I'm your host, William,
I'm your host, Ben.
and I got my phone replaced, and I was able to. Wait. Let's talk about what this podcast is.
Today's
It's a video game.
it's a video game podcast where we also eat cookies and milk. While we do it.
I'm pouring the milk now.
Today's cookies are 2 homemade cookies. How homemade are they?
Well, they did come from a bag of.
A bag of other pre-made cookies.
No, they were homemade by our little sister and our dad. And then the previous night by our little sister and our mom, but Jesus Christ, we eat the cookies so fast here.
When you get homemade cookies, they go a lot faster. And then to supplement, because there are only 2 of them, we're having Benton's Everyday chocolate chip flavored soft cookies.
What?
These are not that soft. Oh, they're soft.
They're pretty rigid.
They're surprisingly soft. I'm surprised. I have a couple extras in here, and since I got like the sort of the short end of the stick as far as the cookie rip.
You got the bigger homemade cookie though. Oh, you're drizzling the cookie. Okay.
I just poured the crumbs right into my milk.
So,
Today's topic that we've sort of been dancing around for a while now is mobile video games.
So
Specifically, phone games.
Right. We'll talk about DS and 3DS stuff like that
because
later.
the Switch came out.
Right.
As a really brief. Oh, we should probably talk about our video game podcast.
That's true.
Thoughts on the Switch?
I think there was a phrase that the Switch was the most non-Nintendo console since the GameCube. Which, I mean,
That's true.
by that regard, it's sort of weird. I think I can see where they're coming from.
It almost feels not Nintendo in how Nintendo it is.
Yes, it's a good console. Looks like it has good graphics. And they're not launching it with some new gimmick. And by new gimmick, I mean because
1-2 Switch.
What is 1-2 Switch?
1-2 Switch is the Wii Play of this generation.
Yeah?
It's a game all about holding a Switch, what's it called? A fun stick? A Joy-Con?
Whatever.
It's called a Joy-Con.
Oh.
You hold one Joy-Con, and you play with an opponent who holds another one. And there's a bunch of games, mini games, where you look at your opponent, and you gotta, they advertise it with, 2 gunmen.
Yeah.
In, the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes 1, 2, 3, and then you gotta pull it up the fastest.
Oh.
And then there's a bunch of small games like that. I will say, while it definitely looks gimmicky, I appreciate how much effort it looks like they're putting in to making this a legitimate video game console alongside the gimmick.
I say most non-Nintendo consoles since the GameCube. And, okay, 1-2 Switch.
This has got Skyrim.
That's Nintendo Party.
Yeah.
No, that's Nintendo Land. That's the Wii Sports. But I'm talking, they're not pushing a bunch of games out that have it.
Right. It's not here's all the stuff you can do with the Joy-Cons and stuff.
Because Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that's just a game. That's just a game where you use a normal controller.
Splatoon 2, just a game.
That's just a game.
Skyrim, just a game.
Okay, stop talking about Skyrim.
Mario Odyssey, just a game.
You can't know that.
I do know that.
Mario Odyssey is an odyssey. It's an adventure.
It's the Iliad, actually.
Fuck you. How would you know?
I guess I don't know.
Right.
But I'm excited for it. I'm not excited to buy it at launch.
I'm definitely not going to buy it at launch.
$300 is a little pricey.
But I'm definitely not going to buy Breath of the Wild for the Wii U.
I mean, why would you?
Because,
you can buy it for the
boy,
Switch.
the Wii U looks... When you make such a staunch graphical... It's just like Twilight Princess.
You can see the change.
There was no big graphical difference between the Wii and the GameCube.
Yeah.
That's why it was so easy to port. They just flipped the GameCube and put it on the Wii.
Yeah.
To make Link right-handed. Maybe there was a bit graphic increase, but you wouldn't be able to tell.
We've talked a lot about that so far. We've talked for like 5 minutes.
So all of last week, I didn't have my phone. Yeah, because it
You went
was.
through withdrawal.
I went through withdrawal, and it was the worst week. Like, I didn't. I had. It was the final week of winter break for me before I had to go back to classes. And boy, did I feel very useless without my phone. I felt so disconnected, and like I couldn't get in contact with anyone that didn't have like.
But more importantly,
I was worried because I have my mobile games. I've spent a lot of time on my mobile games and also money. I've spent money on mobile games. So losing that type of progress. Let me start with One Piece Treasure Cruise by Bandai Namco. I have nearly 400 days clocked in on it. And that was after I restarted, after I switched phones from another Android to the G4. But that's fine. I restarted. I was at Whiskey Peak. For those of you who have played the game or know what One Piece, how the story of One Piece progresses, I was at Whiskey Peak in Treasure Cruise on my first version.
which is like 7 or 8 islands in.
Yeah, and I played from August till December. I was bad at it. Like, I was pretty bad at it because when I went back, when I started it again, and I really tried to play it I tried to build a team. I didn't just put Luffy as my captain and just went ahead for the final boss of the island. That's what was holding me up
Of Whiskey Peak.
of Whiskey Peak because I didn't know how to deal with it. But in the end, a solid blue team did the trick.
You needed a solid blue team for Whiskey Peak too?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I just beat Laboon. You need a solid blue team for that too. Blue units are the worst units.
I'm gonna say Dex units are the worst units. Okay, maybe quick units right now are the worst units, but my quick team is very strong. But that's just because I have a Sugo
Yeah.
leading.
Welcome to mobile games. It's definitely not pay to win, but it's pay to win.
That being said, we'll show you in a series we got planned
Right.
that it's not pay to win.
You get stuck on Laboon.
Shit, you don't have all the quick teams are useless.
So while William's eating cookies, I'm gonna talk about my main gripe with mobile games. I feel very pressured into playing mobile games.
By me.
Yeah, have that. Mobile games do. Some of them are fine. Like log in every day to get jewels or whatever, and then you can get more jewels the more you log in. You get more benefits. It's really good to play every single day, and then it sort of restrains you back with your stamina and with your how many units you can use or the value your team can have. So you got to keep playing more and more and more to get more, and that's fine. But at the same time, God damn, let me play a video game, you fucks. It dances on the edge of what being a video game is.
Yeah?
And then it's like, because when it gets going, when you're like getting in there and building teams and everything, it's like sweet as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, ooh, ran out of stamina. And it's like, fuck.
Well, okay. At that point, okay, when you run out of stamina, you aren't going to run out of stamina in the early islands.
Yeah.
Mainly because you're leveling up so fast.
Yeah.
And you're getting stamina at an alarming rate. And you're increasing your crew cost.
This is how it works.
Right, of course. But when you run out of stamina when you're playing with... I'm at a point where I'm like over 100 stamina. And I'm at Impel Down right now. And boy, there's some bullshit at Impel Down. I'm just having a bad time.
Yeah.
When I run out of stamina, I'm like, okay, I've done a lot. I'm going to scour the there's 5 transponder snails in the game. Every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you get bonuses if you retweet them. And I just say retweet them. There's no point unless you have if you're like, oh,
I'm worried about my Twitter.
I'm worried about my Twitter. What if I seem easily buyable? But no, it's fine. You can get, if you are lucky, you can get a stamina refresh.
Oh huh.
You can get multiples. So, and don't be like, oh, well, what if I get the stamina refresh at full stamina? It doubles your stamina.
Whoa.
Yeah, it gives you a second orangish yellow bar that goes say you have like 90 stamina. You get the stamina refresh, you're at 180 stamina. And then once you waste that extra 90, it goes back to the normal stamina bar. That's great. I love getting that. Or if you're at 0, you get the 90 stamina back. So that's a fun thing. But you also get evolvers. Not evolvers. You get boosters. You can get boosters from it, or cola.
Turtles?
You get turtles. You can get turtles, not evolvers. I don't know why I keep saying evolvers. You get turtles, cola, stamina refresh, and I think that's it. But there's also events that give you better deals. You can you see it. There's a rainbow gem in the roulette wheel.
Oh yeah. You never pulled it?
I've never gotten a gem, but I'm sure it's there. But there's also, in the Japanese version, there's daily missions. There's the Chopper Man missions, and it's like beat 2 islands. Or level up a unit 3 times.
Huh.
And you get little bonuses. You might get a rainbow gem. You might double rainbow gems every day. But we should explain what One Piece Treasure Cruise is.
Sure. One Piece Treasure Cruise is a video game based around One Piece, the hit anime, in which there are 5 types of units. Oh, it's a what's the word? Strategy RPG?
It's a strategy RPG.
I sort of hesitate to say that because the game doesn't have too much strategy to it.
There's a lot of strategy.
As much as it has RPG to it.
No, hold on. It's very strategic. And you haven't really gotten to it. You're still at the point where you're just muscling through it.
Right, until I get to the point I can't muscle through and it's like staggering.
That's when you gotta look back. Because that's what I was doing in my first run.
Look back at my blue units, see that I don't have any blue units.
You're not doing the extra islands. There are extra islands that are off the main path that give you different units every week if you are able to beat it. And it gives evolvers and it gives boosters sometimes. And there's even special events where there's called clashes where you can get a chance to battle a tough enemy and they'll greatly increase your crew. Even like the first clash is the easiest one to get, Mihawk. And he's a 2.5 slasher. He's great for free to play. But also, there's invasions. In the Japanese version, that is, I think, the hardest thing in the game. After you beat, I think, Colosseum or Clashes, you have to immediately go into a fight against a young Whitebeard or a Shanks, Yonko Shanks. You have to be able to use that crew to beat them, and they are tough. Those aren't free to play. Like, you're not going to be able to beat them without either using a good Sugo, a well put together team,
Right.
or a Kainu. Young Whitebeard has the highest health cut in the game, 40%. Yeah, it's pretty good. But back to the gameplay of Treasure Cruise, because I'm getting off in tangents. Hold on, I'm going to eat a part of a cookie.
It's almost rhythm based.
It's pretty rhythm based. It's timing. You tap a character, and then you must tap another character.
And certain characters have certain timings about it. I mean, all characters have a timing to them.
Yeah.
But it changes among characters. And there's an input. And then when you tap, you can increase your combo. and then certain characters care how much you increase your combo and whether you've gotten perfects and whatnot.
Right.
And as you chain together attacks, they do more damage. So there's a certain level of that to it.
Oh, what was that? Oh no!
There are 5 types of units. There's your traditional red, blue, and green units. And then what is it? It's red is good against green, green is good against blue.
Okay, that's just the thing that every mobile game like that does.
Yeah.
And then there's yellow and purple, and they're good against each other.
And then every unit has a type of unit, or class.
A class.
Which can matter when you're developing teams. And that's sweet because there's a lot of like different team comps you could make.
Yeah, the team comps is really where Treasure Cruise shines, because there is a crew that could be composed of, say, I don't have a good green captain. Like, I don't have a good green captain that boosts green attack more than ×2. But I have this Driven, which is a class. He's a green captain that boosts Driven characters' attack by 2.25.
Then you could make a Driven team.
And I just so happen to have a lot of good green Driven characters, and that is the case.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Like, I don't have a purple character who boosts 2.5, but I have Ivankov who boosts Cerebral and Driven characters 2. Free Spirit, actually.
Treble. You're mixing them up. Treble is the one that boosts Cerebral and Driven.
Yeah.
Ivankov
boosts Free Spirit.
And you have those are 2 good Free Spirit, just Rainbow Captains. Because they open you up to a lot of stuff. Treble can work, well, not with a Fujitora. If you make it strictly a Driven team, then it would work with Fujitora.
Yeah.
Ivankov is just a good 2.5 attack booster.
We're getting sort of...
We're talking about a lot of stuff.
So, here's... we've talked a lot about what's interesting and fun about Treasure Cruise. So I'll go ahead and say what I dislike about Treasure Cruise. It falls to the same gripes as all mobile games do. This is an inescapable thing to do. Where there's just a lot of levels where it feels like the same thing over and over and over and over again. It mixes it up with the way that you approach them sometimes, because it's like, oh, I want to have a better team that can focus on this type of enemy, team that can focus on this type of enemy. But there's so many missions where, and I'm not at the point where it's gotten like amped up yet, so I can just sort of
I think the final battle at Whiskey Peak is where you'll start to realize that you need to be more conscientious in team conscientious. Fuck, I can't say that either. In team comp. If I were to go back there now, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Because right now I could
your
just
team's just that good.
I could just fight Crocodile with the double Garp. And I mean, that's of course a double Garp on a Crocodile. That's yellow on purple. That'd be good.
But so, and I find that mobile games always get me at this kind of crossroads, where it's like, if the mobile game feels like I'm sort of just doing the same thing sort of mindlessly over and over and over again,
Right.
it starts to drain on my interest. Whereas if a mobile game is doing, like, the most,
Yeah.
and I'm still not, like, getting anywhere often enough,
Yeah.
it starts to drain on my interest. There's, like, a sweet spot where the game has to give me where I'm, like, enjoying myself every single mission, and I feel like I'm going somewhere with every single mission.
You need an interesting Sugo.
Yeah.
Or an interesting captain. Because, Treble, he's a fun captain. I don't have him, but he looks fun.
And that's the thing about mobile games, though. That regardless of how mediocre the game can be, when you make a good pull, and the pull is something that 90% of the mobile games we're referring to have in common.
Yeah.
Which is, because I've been playing...
The pull is the pulls.
Right, it pulls you in. I've been, so list mobile games you've been playing.
Right now, since I've...
Started fresh.
Not really fresh, because I was able to save the data of One Piece Treasure Cruise, Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and I do have a Japanese version of Treasure Cruise.
Right.
And I don't know what this is, but there are premium characters in mobile games, of course, and I have gotten one in my English version in my entire time of playing English One Piece Treasure Cruise. Ben got her too. It's Boa Hancock.
I really need to. I'm downloading iTunes again just so I can start playing that, just so I can start using Bow again.
Yeah. I booted up. I got Japanese Treasure Cruise November.
Yeah.
Mid-November. And I was able to... It's easy to rank up the first 50 gems. And even more, even if you make a good pull, then you can get more units to even go further. I got 4 Sugos. Not all at once, but Law and Doflamingo basically back to back.
Right, of course.
So at that point, Law is a slasher free spear captain that doubles their attack and triples it once they get 3 perfects. That seems to be the magic number. And he's a fun captain. Doflamingo is also a good captain. He triples driven characters' attack as long as you land a perfect. And then the funny thing is the third Sugo I got, I was talking to Ben. I was like, oh man, I really wanted the Lucci Sugo.
And literally, evening.
During this Sugo, I had like one last pull to make, and I was like, let's see what it is. And it was the Lucci Sugo. And it's like, well, shit.
Well, there it is.
And then there was a Buggy Sugo Fest on Christmas. Or around Christmas. And I was like, man, it would be really cool to get Buggy. I don't know what he does because I can't speak Japanese.
Japanese.
Just don't do that.
Still, I did it.
Oh no. You made fun of me and you turned out to be racist.
2 birds, 1 stone.
No.
Can't carry the stone anymore.
You keep killing birds with it, and you're racist.
And I'm racist. The stone is cursed.
It has the blood of so many birds, and it's formed a swastika.
Oh no. Take it back.
And I pulled Buggy. And I also pulled another Doflamingo.
Dude, you killed him.
And I put him on there, and it leveled his special up.
Of course.
The second Doflamingo I got, special level up. Great. Luck is great.
So I feel like you cut me off.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was talking about the idea of pulls. So that's the going thing.
Yeah.
And it feels fucking great when you pull like that rare thing.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind that more games don't make this easier for you.
Yeah.
Because that's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why you want to play games, because you can pull real good things in them.
Right.
I compare it to card games. Magic did this thing recently, where they stopped putting out their bad intro decks that nobody actually cared about,
Oh, yeah?
and they started to make interesting intro decks. There are planeswalkers in the intro decks. Like,
So they're trying.
Right, they're trying to make it more enticing to play. Like, the planeswalkers aren't really good, but you can play them in standard, and it's exciting to have a planeswalker. Back when we were playing, when we started playing Unchained Key, and it was like epic metal deal.
Yeah. We didn't know exactly what an epic metal was at the time.
But you couldn't get shit out of it, and it was like, what the fuck is
the
the
epic metal carnivals? Except, and my luck came back at that point. My luck started then because I pulled SP Roxas, a premium metal, and then the next deal, I got Illustrated Aqua.
Of course.
And because I got Illustrated Aqua, the deal then
Gave you the
Terra
key.
Ventus Aqua special thing, and I've gotten such better luck in Unchained Key, in even Japanese Unchained Key, which I wasn't able to save. But damn. But at the same time, I don't care that I lost Japanese Unchained Key because
I know.
I wasn't progressing the quests because Unchained Key. There's a difference between the quest system of Key and Treasure Cruise. Key has a lot of monotony.
Oh, like Treasure Cruise has no.
Hold on a minute. I don't have to go through 50 quests in Treasure Cruise doing the same goddamn thing in Wonderland.
That's fair.
the gameplay is more engaging in Treasure Cruise. It's in Unchained Key. It feels more like you don't have these good medals, you can't progress.
That's what I was doing in Treasure Cruise. I legitimately couldn't do the Laboon fight.
Yeah.
There's something. I mean, like, I'm not gonna defend Unchained Key here. There's a reason it's not my game of the year, and I've been meaning to talk about this for 25 minutes before we became the Treasure Cruise podcast.
Yeah.
Mobile games feel like an obligation. They feel like if you don't log in today, you're not gonna get the gems. And then once you're logged in for the day, you might as well do a quest or two, huh? What else are you here for? And then I'm like, I really didn't want to, but I feel like I'm gonna waste it. Like, if I don't at least log in a little bit and do some more stuff.
Right.
I'm playing. So you're playing 3 currently. I'm
Right.
playing Unchained Key, Japanese Unchained Key, Treasure Cruise, Kogo Play, and then a game that my boyfriend got me onto, which is Egg. And I fucking hate this game.
But you picked it up so quickly.
Uh,
Even after I asked you a lot of times to try to play Treasure Cruise, and you're like, okay.
I wasn't playing mobile games back then though.
I know, but as soon as your boyfriend was like, you should get Egg, you're like, absolutely.
Because
How dare you?
here's the thing, the exact situation. When you were like, you should play Treasure Cruise, I was like, I mean, like, I guess, like, it could be a fun thing to do together. When in order to play Kogo Play, it took me a long time to set that up. Here's how Egg went. It was like, I can get this fancy egg to share with a person if they download Egg, and I was like,
okay.
oh, alright, I'll download Egg.
Right.
Fuck this game, though. Like, Kogo Play, Unchained Key, Treasure Cruise, all feel like obligations to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if they're most boring, I'm like, I just gotta get through it. And then I can get good stuff out of pools eventually.
There's a Katamari game. It is clicker.
Oh, yeah, you just tap.
You tap, and I mean, like, okay. I mean, it's definitely a game.
But it's like, Egg has no pulls.
Oh.
Egg has no reward
no!
system. You just get the ability to get more eggs.
How?
Once you hatch eggs,
You get more eggs?
you can get more eggs. You gotta treat these things like children.
Yeah?
And by children, I mean, like, fuck this game.
Right.
This game is a goddamn obligation. I don't log into the game for, like I log in the morning, and then I log in, like, later, like, 8 hours later, because
Right.
I have a life to do, and it's like, your egg is sick. Where you been, asshole? I'm like,
Oh, God.
fuck
that makes
you.
That would make me feel bad.
It's like Animal Crossing.
There's something I noticed when I was playing. I had the first game I started with was Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and that's an okay game. I cared about it so little that I would just watch the dragon gems I had pile up. I did so many multi-pulls because I think the login bonuses were 1 dragon stone and you get like a double. Like there was 2 quest bars. It was 2 login bonuses. So you build up and get 1, and then there's also like events because Dokkan Battle's doing well for itself. So I got a bunch of gems. I got a bunch of dragon stones. I kept making multi-pulls after multi-pulls. I didn't care. I stopped playing the story. I did a little bit of the Grand Tourney. I just deleted it.
Yeah.
And then I got a Digimon mobile game. The quality sucked.
Oh.
Like, Puzzle and Dragons, I'd say, set the standard. I think maybe they weren't the first ones to make the blue-green
Red.
and then the purple-yellow. But I'd say they popularized it.
Yeah.
Maybe. That game, it's not put together well. I don't feel good playing it.
Yeah.
And I think that also brings back to, I mean, you can't sell me on that. You can't sell me on just a premise of a game. I need to like the back of it.
Yeah.
I got the Naruto game, and that's also kind of poorly put together. It didn't hold my interest. There was the Star Wars game I played for a long time. Like, I was actively doing it. Like, there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of login. It was a lot of daily stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you had to do this quest, this quest, this quest. It got easier over time. Like, they added tweaks to it. But I just couldn't keep up with it. You can't do...
You can't make so many things.
I'm going to say my advice is find what you love out of all of it. There's another One Piece game coming out on mobile. It's a 3D game. It's called Thousands. It's called One Piece Thousand Storm. It looks like a game. I pre-ordered quotation marks because I'll just get notified and then install it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a chance, but
It's no Treasure Cruise.
I don't think it'll be a Treasure Cruise, and I don't want another one.
Yeah, you're already playing Treasure Cruise twice.
Yeah.
So we're coming up to
30-minute
where
mark.
we should stop.
Are you thinking that?
I'm thinking, I feel like we've said a lot
Yeah.
about mobile games. I feel like we can stop saying things about mobile games.
Okay.
So, closing thoughts, mobile games. You've already started.
If we have piqued your interest, please send us your friend code on Kingdom Hearts or One Piece Treasure Cruise. If you do join Kingdom Hearts, join the Leo Lepardis Union and look up Mirage Knights. That's mine and Ben's team. We rank pretty well.
We're doing okay. If you are playing the Japanese
Hearts,
Kingdom
please
Hearts
find
Unchained Key, find me. I'm all alone.
Yeah, my character is the leader of the
He's
group.
wandering around.
I'm
He's
dead.
a dead man.
Ben is alone. He doesn't know how to. He can't speak. He can't read Japanese. He doesn't know how to leave the group. He doesn't want to leave.
I don't want to leave. I think I'd feel worse about that.
Our name is Foreign X-Chan. It's a perfect name. It's like foreign exchange students. Except
Yeah.
there's so few. There's such a small character limit.
But closing thoughts on mobile games. Like, I like mobile games. Treasure Cruise is a lot of fun, and I really like the team comp.
Oh, I feel like
I didn't.
closing statement and the entire talk wasn't like
We're
that at
different.
all.
Because you were talking so. You were like Treasure Cruise, Treasure Cruise, Treasure Cruise.
I'm
and I was
sorry.
like, I gotta be a little bit contract. We can't both just be talking about Treasure Cruise.
Right.
I like Treasure Cruise a lot, and I like Kingdom Hearts a lot, which is, and the downsides to it just make me feel bad. Like, I don't like disliking parts of it
Yeah.
because I really want to like the game, but when it gets bad, like, it gets bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these games are, at their core, designed to make you spend money.
That's true.
That doesn't mean they can't be good games while they do it, and that's what a lot of mobile games forget.
There's a thing though. Is there's a lot of events. Like, if they didn't have all these events at the same time, because when I picked a prime time to get in the Japanese version of Treasure Cruise
Yeah.
because there was the second part of the Marineford War going on at that point.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a free Luffy, a free Ace,
Jeez.
and a bunch of Rainbow Gems. And it was the perfect time to get in because the Suga Fest was going. I got 50 gems up pretty quickly. I made a pull, and that was I started on that. And then another thing happened in which every single unique unit, I think, from the story missions were just in a mission on Extra Island.
Of course.
And you could recruit any of them. And I got
Jesus.
Aokiji, and I told you about this. I got
yeah.
Akainu, I got Aokiji. I got... Who else I get? I don't know who else I got. All I know is I got those two. And Aokiji is a 2.5 side booster, yellow booster. And Akainu, when I get enough cost, will be good on my Doflamingo team. Because he's a driven booster. But... I'd say... if you are looking into getting a mobile game, check it out. Maybe do some research on it, see if you'd want to play it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Like, if you don't like Kingdom Hearts, don't get Unchained Key. If you don't like One Piece, don't get Treasure Cruise. But if you're looking to get into One Piece, get Treasure Cruise. I'm not going to say that for Kingdom Hearts.
That's
Unchained
not
Key,
even
though.
the case. Alan doesn't like Kingdom Hearts,
Oh, yeah?
but he's really into Unchained Key.
Yeah, he's really good.
Mobile games, and here's the thing about mobile games, is that, to all my developers of mobile games that are listening to Cookies and Milk, you can make a game good without making it so heavily reliant on the money aspect.
We were both watching a thing called Extra Credits, and they did a thing on that. Mobile games?
Yeah.
They talked about how there are a thing called whales,
Yeah.
and that's the people who stream the game on Twitch or they make the content for it.
Right.
I mean, good, more power. I mean, like, I like that type of content. They help players,
Right.
but they also, the one who was talking in the extra credits video was talking about how companies seem to just prioritize the whales, but at that point they get rid of the people who aren't spending money, and that makes it not fun for the whales. So they have to be able to make a balance between. I mean, the whales can do whatever they want.
Right.
Like if they want to, they can, but they should also make it open for people
Who just want to play the
who
game.
just want to play the game. And like, there was a point in time when I got it was recent for the Aokiji Sugo Fest. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In the Kizaru Sugo Fest, I did spend a lot of money in a moment of weakness to try to get one more Sugo for my English team, but no, that's not gonna happen.
That's what blows my mind. Really,
We're pushing it.
we're pushing it. So
There's a lot to talk about.
what blows my mind is that it's like, hey, we want people to spend money on this, and we want polls to be interesting because people record just making polls.
Yeah,
Because making polls is cool.
but they just on Twitch they get donations.
Right, so they can make.
People actively make donations. It's so and
That's why in Kingdom Hearts, they're like, if you make 10 polls from this event, or 5
5
polls,
polls. It's not 10 polls.
5 is still a lot of polls.
5 is still a lot of polls.
Then you can get, we'll assure you that you'll get this HD medal. No one in the right mind is going to make 5 polls, but if you're making donations, all of a sudden, you can make 5 polls no problem.
Well, in Kingdom Hearts, they do the thing. They do a very nice job at offering just a simple $15 deal for
yeah, the $50
3,000
deal's
jewels.
free.
And it's not just making for the deal, making for a pull. You get a week's access to all the.
Yeah, it makes you literally feel like a
Specialness.
VIP in the game.
It's good. That's a good thing. You
Yeah.
can do that, and if you want to spend more jewels, you do it. There's also sometimes special bonuses. You can get like things that let you grind out a mission you already did without actually doing the mission,
Yeah,
or you get extra jewels. That everything's nice.
yeah. If Treasure Cruise had more deals like that consistently, I could see myself spending a lot more money on Treasure Cruise.
Treasure Cruise had that one thing that if you buy for the first time, you can do
For the first time.
the deal again. You can make a free pull that gives you a good captain unit.
Yeah.
Also,
Also,
Ace again.
if they were like, hey, here's a Sugo Fest, it's all golds.
They do that.
They do that? Sugo Fests?
Some Sugo Fests are all golds.
Because
And-
that's, when you pull silvers at a Sugo Fest, feels terrible.
It's bad. We're almost breaking 40, but hold on. I was talking about the Aokiji Sugo Fest. I had built up 40 or so jewels, and I was still like a bit away from Aokiji. It was last Sunday, actually. And I was like, damn. But I saw, like, if I did an event, and then I made a small purchase of 6 gems.
Right.
It was just a small thing, which is something that can be good. I was able to get
It's actually $50.
Shit.
Fuck. Small purchase.
No, yeah, I was able to get 6 jewels for like $5. And I pulled Jack Squad. Like, I didn't get much. I got maybe a good Dex Captain in the long run. We're pushing 40.
I know we are.
Uh,
I've looked at you and I've like looked at the clock and then I've looked at you like
yeah.
12 times in the past.
You knew this was gonna happen.
Really did.
Like, whenever this is what happens when you bring up Mass Effect, or I love recording these. I love recording the podcast, and that's good.
40-minute episodes.
Not the 40-minute. I just love
you
talking
like
about in
talking.
the
Yeah,
podcast.
it's nice to talk.
Also,
But shut the fuck up, dude. All right.
we don't see each other every day now. It's a different thing.
We this is our see each other on Wednesday night and then talk and then we record it because that's really what the
Because we're
podcast
trying to get
is.
money.
Yeah, I would like cash. If you guys want to pay me to make polls, in
I
Kingdom
would like
Hearts,
to make pulls, but then I won't make the pulls. I'll just put them right into my bank account.
Yeah, I'll
see that premium aqua build up there.
You guys want me to? You want to see 5 stars? Catch me at the fucking
I'm
Louis
gonna,
Vuitton.
I'm gonna look like fucking Giltis Soro up in here with all my fucking Twitch stream money.
Yeah, they're like
And then you guys take the money away
You
because
guys are-
I am Sugo. Ooh.
consistently like we're on Twitch, we're streaming, playing Kingdom Hearts or
I
Dragon Quest or
only
whatever.
pull.
And they're like,
free
here's
stuff.
$50. Please make it full. I really like your content. And you're like, thanks, loser. Some idiot just donated $50.
But their name is some idiot.
And you turn off the game. And then it's just a stream of
And then-
you live streaming, like going into a GameStop.
No, I'm buying a real game now. I'm actually insulting the mobile game.
You're buying Fandango cards to buy stuff for like Farmville. Fucking idiots.
I'm playing Hearthstone off camera. Like, I leave the camera on and I'm
You're
like...
actively gambling. You're like, here's $50. I love the thing. You're buying scratch tickets.
No, I leave the live stream running as I get onto a plane. Like, they told me to put it in airplane mode, but I didn't do it. Ooh, guys, this is what you're here for. And I'm like, I have like a self charger. Like, I have it pressed against I'm trying to solar charge it.
The window change.
And I was like, we're going to Las Vegas, guys. Thanks for the $50.
Do you think people do that? Stream themselves in Las Vegas? Like, if you give me $50, I'll pull it again.
Oh.
Actually.
No. I was gonna say, I watched this one streamer. Like, I love watching SugoFest because they always have so much better luck than me.
You keep donating, like, you're the one donating $50.
But I watched this one, he's like called Toadski.
Shout out to Toadski. At Toadski. This video is sponsored by Toadski.
Put Toadski in the tags.
I'm gonna tag Toadski.
Tadsky.
Don't worry.
No, but I watched his, there was a SugoFest
Call out post.
where it was
Toadski.
the 6-star Jimbei and the new redraws of the Straw Hats in their Strong World thing, and he's like, okay, I need Usopp, and I need the new Usopp and the new Frankie, and the two first pulls in the multi-pull were evolved Usopp and evolved Frankie,
Jesus.
and it's like, I love seeing that shit, because it's like, oh man, and I watched another person, Zenigami, who is big. He's a big One Piece Treasure Cruise player. I love his content. And he was doing the Blackbeard Sugo Fest. And he pulled fucking Sugo Blackbeard in the first multi-pull. And it's like, oh, dude, that's great. Here I am. Boa Hancock. The ratio, though,
Small Cat is here.
it's pushing. I'm just gonna say this last
Closing thoughts.
Boa Hancock is the only female Sugo in the goddamn game, and why is that? That makes her the hardest to get. It's like, it's a 1 in 10 chance to get a female Sugo. I don't understand why they made a Marco Sugo that's just better than her.
Buggy got a Sugo before any other female character.
What? What?
She's the only Sugo. Meanwhile, Buggy has gotten a Sugo.
Buggy is a joke Sugo, sort of. He's a Sugo
Marco
killer.
is a Sugo?
Marco is a Sugo, yeah. At the same time. They were released at the same time. I can only hope.
Both of them are jokes.
No. There's something going around where you can evolve in Japan, that you can evolve your Sugo even further to get
Right.
6+. And it's only for Whitebeard right now, but I gotta hope that Boa gets a better captain ability that's not just... Marco, I'm gonna say Marco is just a clone of her with a better addition on, because he's just a damage reducer as well.
He 2.75s and damage reduces?
He's 2.75 to blue and yellow, and reduces damage by
And yellow?
30. Yeah, by 30% if HP is at 70% or higher.
Christ.
Boa's is the same thing, except instead of the 30% damage reduction, its recovery is 1.5 times.
Sure.
And great, her recovery stat is one of the best in the games. Like, a lot of people try to maximize health and attack. I'm trying to maximize attack and recovery on her.
Right. Right.
That being said, Boa Hancock, I love you. I'm glad you're home.
I need more Sugos.
I need more
Please.
Sugos. You're lonely. You're lonely, Paula.
She's a lonely. All right, that's the end of the podcast.
Oh, and we haven't been recording. Just kidding. All right. Thanks for listening. I've been your host, William.
I've been your host, Ben. Download all the mobile games, actually. We're going to start streaming. Can you hit... I'm going to put my PayPal in the comments. Can you give me $50 to make pulls?
Here's my PayPal account.
Here's my PayPal. Here's my password for my PayPal account. Please.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You're gonna get robbed.
I'm not sure how PayPal works, but I assume if I do this, you guys will add your credit cards and I can use them however I want.
On the Twitch stream, we actually get our donations stolen.
Yeah.
Zenigami steals our donations.
We get hacked by another live streamer.
They see on their stream that
Namco Bandai sues us.
no, it's the streamer is like, we're losing viewers. What's going on?
No,
Who's this new up and coming One Piece Treasure Cruise streamer?
It's funny to imagine Namco Bandai bursted with like harpoons
Oh God!
because they're whaling. You remember because you called them whales?
Right? Yeah. I think I'm gonna end the podcast.
I think that's too far back a callback.
I mean,
Like
no, I got
30
it.
hours ago.
I got it. They're suing us, but they're trying to kill us. What's the joke there?
Both jokes. They're two different jokes.
Anyway,
Keep up. I'm going to Joker Man. We gotta make it up for the 45 minutes where we were just talking about the intricacies of Treasure Cruise.
Yeah. Next episode will probably be about Mass Effect. we're gonna break the 50. Don't worry.
Next episode is 3 hours on Mass Effect.
But I will never talk about Liara in that span
Yeah,
of
of
time.
course.
No, but I started off, fuck Liara.
You start the episode and you're like, and that's all the stuff I hate about Leo. We were recording. Oh no.
We weren't, and you passed out. I passed out. We record this kind of late at the night. The sun rises by the time I end and I realize we're not recording. My phone died, actually.
Everything is dead.
Okay, that's
the episode. That's good. We gotta call
I'm
it.
going on too much. Okay.
This is getting long.
Thanks for...
It's a two-parter.
No, it's not a two-parter. Thanks for listening. I've been your host, William.
That's a good... cookies were good. The homemade cookies were really good in milk.
The Bentons were okay.
They were like, I was alright.
They were very stale.
I don't think they were stale.
I mean, they were kind of hard.
They were soft.
Have you tried to eat a soft cookie
I
before?
bent it, and it broke. What's the question? It didn't break. It
There was no...
Just
It's not supposed to break like
it
that.
bent.
No, it...
Like it
Unnaturally.
It didn't. It was not unnatural.
Like, it was an...
what the fuck is your damage with these Benton's
Hold on a
cookies?
minute.
That's the end of the podcast.
Hold on. With the,
Oh my god.
you did this! With the homemade cookie, it was like, you sort of ripped apart. On the Benton's cookie, it snapped
Yeah, it was
apart.
like rubber. Like if you take an eraser and you bend it too
Like,
far.
you don't want that. Well, an eraser rips apart. I've ripped erasers apart before.
Fuck with your bare hands.
They're so
You
easy to
strong
rip apart. Have you ever tried to rip an eraser
No,
apart?
I've never actually tried to do that before.
Oh, no.
I was trying. Fuck.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, I've never tried to rip erasers in half.
We're going to break 50.
No, we're not gonna break the 50.
That's the other podcast.
I'm your host.
Ben?
Turn it off.
Goodbye.